Kind of hard because it's strange. But the thoughts go to that it's something that has happened or something that was. So I had a vision of some form of past event, maybe, that affects us now. So it's not strange that it's a new situation, but I don't feel comfortable with investigating it, really. But I still would like to talk to someone that knows religion.
Right.
Because I think it's a religious belief. So I will try to look for something like that here.
Around here is very different. The different people live here entirely, and it's going, and you're kind of out of your city area, which for anybody in a big city is almost worse than being in a different city, right? So it's a.
On the other hand, I am a soldier.
That's true.
I'm patrolling.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So I'm not afraid of these people.
Right. That's a good point.
They have to do what I say.
That's if you validate yourself in military terms and somebody says, "I'll make a call," that might be a problem. Yeah. But in the moment, maybe so. So I'm going to abstract this fairly quickly. Being here is probably good enough, as you are musing a little bit about what it could or couldn't mean, that you will find that as you walk along toward it and away from it, the pavement under your feet changes. The wall changes. With every step, it is like you are stepping into the past as you move through space. And quite soon, the space, it's almost as though the people around you are transforming as well. And you are actually walking into the past, and you are seeing, which is more or less exactly what you were saying a second ago. And you are distances seem off, so you move forward more than you thought, or you walk for a while and you haven't made any distance at all.
Yeah, I probably feel a bit mesmerized.
Yeah,
and then just keep on going, because I can't really stop.
Right, and so and no matter, even if you were walking away from that grain storage space, you are walking toward it. Turn away and you're walking toward it, right? It's got that kind of the horror movie problem going on. And so the net effect here is that you will in fact come ultimately to this, and it is instead of these bushes and things like that, well, actually think of these bushes as being natural bushes up against the wall of the city. That's probably the best way to look at it, that the city wall had shrubberies and wild growth around it, and it was in that spot that this was built. And in these spaces, there's, let's see, hold on a minute. The sense of purpose is very strong. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can actually open yourself up to whatever will come. You're going to gain something called charge. And at this level, into the mystic past of the city, you're going to gain it in 2 packets, a packet of 2 and a packet of 1. So you have charge 2 and charge 1. Okay. This is purpose. This is power. This is it's something is speaking through you. And you could invest that packet of 1 in some kind of object that has meaning to you. And that is a talisman of power. That charge of 2 just suffuses you to be used at some time. Okay. So I'll show you what you can do in just a moment. So what sort of object, if you don't want to lose that 1 charge, you have to invest it in some kind of an object. What would it be?
That would be, I don't know how, do they have rings? Mm-hmm. Switch something else with their loved one, it would be
Right.
what I ever got from my wife.
Oh, I see. Excellent. Yeah. It could well be. A ring is probably just fine. And so, excellent. You can return to reality, or you can now enter into a psychic space as a traveler, which is as you do so, or as you feel the power of this second level of charge. If you choose to utilize it, you will move into traveling that is not in physical space. And you will be able to see, as you are looking into this, you can see where all of them are.
Oh.
And all of you will have peripheral flickers in your vision into that psychic space that vanishes when you look. And with the charge of 2, you can actually remain half in and half out, so you don't wander at random in the city, which could easily happen otherwise. So you can kind of keep yourself oriented in space and reality at the same time. And that the possibility even of good for navigating and understanding the mystic city of the past, which is exactly where you are. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. This is the burial. This is the burial of Oscar. Oscar was buried here, and he was revered. Apparently, he was a martyr of some kind, or the iconography. Was that yes, he was, the iconography involves him being in chains and triumphing. So yeah, you're starting to realize there's a thing happened here, or a thing was celebrated here. If it didn't happen here, this is where he's buried. So more details about it? Do you want to kind of even enter into a space where people are actually carrying out the rituals, or actually burying him here? You want to see the actual burial, you can do that, right? And he is, this fellow is brought on a board, carried by other men, and he is laid out, and they do something weird. They break his bones with hammers at the joints. Not in some desecratory way, but in what appears to be a very ritual, appropriate, this is what we do kind of way. And they drape his body with chains, and they put him in a place that isn't quite as nice as this yet. That gets built up around it. But this symbol has been drawn and has been made, if not yet as permanent as this stone setup. It will, you can tell, it's going to be elaborated upon until it looks like this. So you are, watching this ritual. In fact, you are even partaking in it. You will find yourself walking in it and experiencing it as if you were there. So that is your state of mind at the moment in what you are seeing. If you, let me double check a quick thing. Using charge. Large amounts are not stored once used in a specific way. Yeah. To use up this charge, because you are using it right now, to use it up, and it'll be gone after this scene with the 2 charge. The ring remains.
Okay.
You can discover the source for a 3-point charge. You can go deeper.
How do I get the 3-point charge?
You would actually go and be buried with Oscar right now. It would actually be so embedded in the vision that you would literally become him and be buried with him.
And I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Scary. Only too far is far enough, right? Okay, so excellent. So that charge is expended, and you are now quite deep in those other realms. The two of you, the three of you, are going to be sucked by this. It's voluntary.
I want to be drawn.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I've got a meeting.
That's right. Look what happened last time, right? And this is worse. This is interesting. This is not apocalyptic at all. In fact, it's the opposite sensation.
Mm.
This is where you are like connecting, right?
Mm.
Instead of everything collapsing. So at this point, you will learn when you, in that case, all three of you will learn. You know where Oscar died. It was out in the outlying regions away from the city where there was a confrontation and where he killed. This is what you learned. You guys don't need to know that. You will have to pick this up if you talk, but you will learn that he killed the governor at that time, the imperial governor, and that and was executed for it. But this particular legend heroized this. It was the right thing for him to do, and he died a martyr. And so in chains. And so so you know the location. It's out there in those hills, and it's in that area with this distance from the city. It's a particular hilltop or grove or something like that where this happened.
And I need to go there.
That's what you decided.
Yeah. And I also need to find these people.
That you can do right now. If you guys have connected, you are now in a psychic space where you can actually see each other's location in the city simultaneously, as if you were sitting or with him. You are standing next to a grain warehouse going, that's really what you're doing. So that's what you guys see after this business of being buried. You're like, wow, right? But now you're like, and this guy's standing next to this warehouse.
And I can turn to them.
Yeah, now the three of you are actually communicating.
I will find you.
Who are you? What are these visions?
Var jag går härifrån? I started to walk away from this. Because I will need to find them. I don't understand these visions.
Right.
So I don't feel like I can talk to them. I know I can,
right.
But I don't feel this is the right thing to do. So I will try to go to them physically instead.
Okay. That actually isn't too hard. You are traveling in the psychic spaces by going toward them. And since you had a 2-point charge operating for you, you're oriented in the city at the same time. I mean, if he wasn't, and he tried to do that, he might walk off a bridge or something. But you are. 2 points is much better than 1 point.
Yeah.
And you will be able to actually navigate there. And you are getting there at these weird shamanic kind of travel. So that means that you can step to them. You will have to choose which one you actually physically go to.
What do I see when I look at you?
Well, you see probably my fine clothes, my haughty demeanor, and very fine complexion.
You were at that temple.
Oh yeah.
You are very much. It's not a temple. It's a church. You are very much in a church, and it's one of the Orthodox churches.
I wouldn't go to church in ordinary clothes.
Right.
I'm sweaty, bloody, in a battle.
Yeah. Normally I would go to the soldier, but I also looking for the religious type, so it will be you that I go to.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Let's make a quick battle check here for a second. You guys lost the advantage, so get rid of that red die. They don't get it because it was a tie situation, so let's roll.
Wow, 3.
And okay, and I do better, and I also had that the
+1.
the +1. So Therefore, yes, fortunately, you are not overrun while you are dribbling a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
And so, but in order to stay on task, and you're just going to get the one roll, just to stay alive.
Okay, no.
Not, there's no way you're going to be able to do your job properly
No.
this time. So,
And, was that quickness? Or?
yes.
6 or 12.
I can't do any damage to you to save my life. Oh, how annoying. Okay, so at least I wanted like a sling stone to bounce off your helmet or something and knock you down or whatever, but no. There's damage rules in this game, I'll have you know.
I'm protecting myself bigger than this, you know?
But at the moment you're like, you duck, at the right time.
The guy besides me gets killed.
Yeah, and so therefore, you.
Well, I just appear next to.
Yeah, perhaps you just walk through an archway and
Exactly correct.
in the church.
That's exactly correct.
Like a chapel to the side, perhaps.
That's exactly the case, and it's not at all. Nobody else is reacting oddly to this.
I look at you and seem very confused.
Where did you come from?
You came from the.
You know its
see
name.
it.
You know its name. Christ.
Christ.
Yeah, the German word circle. Christ.
Christ. Did you also see it? The temple.
Yes,
The
I can
circle.
see it through view somehow.
Yes. I was there. I don't know how. I don't know why. Where are we now? We're in the city.
Yes, of course. This is the oldest church.
Oh.
Ooh, it's pretty. You guys have cool churches.
How come you, a common soldier,
You ever been
in
in an Italian church?
Yes,
I don't know. There must be something. I'll try to talk to religious leaders and try to understand this, but there's something in me, I think. Something in you and the other two. I think we need to find them.
Do you know where they are?
Yes.
Do you know who they are?
No.
Who are you?
I'm no.
Wahoo.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, come on.
And I'm Maimon.
Are we going to talk somewhere?
Probably.
Do I know where the other are still?
No, you have left the space.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I knew where they were.
Yeah.
One of them was in a battle of some sort. And the other one is in the city.
Yeah, you didn't get a good lock on Kura because Kura checked out.
Yeah, but somewhere around.
Yeah.
Could I have some form of some place in the city? Some name?
Well, let's see here. For as a soldier, you patrol around, and that includes the outskirts, including those. Oh wait, but you were in the governor's there. You're very familiar with that. You were just there.
Yeah.
You were like one building away. So I think you would have gained enough sense impression to know that. At least for the moment. That's where she is now.
The girl is in the.
Excuse me, but
No,
a
I know.
professional
I'm not a girl anymore.
It wasn't just 16.
a professional young entrepreneur with a job.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
The girl was in the governor's
I would point out that in this culture, on paper, men are here and women are here per rank or per job or whatever. In practice, there is a whole lot of awareness that if they're in charge, well, then they're in charge. So it's not weird that you would be given this opportunity, this authority, or understood that it's you. When it comes to kin and clan in particular, you're going to have your authority either because everybody has to put up with you, or because everybody's like, yeah, you. Right. So.
But I don't know anything about that. I
No,
know she's a couple of years younger.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah. So
probably
you're
22, 23,
Exactly,
somewhere
yeah,
around
yeah.
there, and she's a.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. As you're a little old to be unmarried, but that's the way you are. Right?
Yes,
That's,
of course.
Yeah, so, yeah, not ancient. Just your mom is kind of going, is it? Right. So yeah.
Well, in that case, you should follow me.
Okay.
I will head off to the governor's district.
And during this time, we will talk about
Oh,
the
yeah.
experience.
Absolutely.
I tell everything.
Thank God, somebody actually, right, it's like, oh,
I can share this.
that's right, yeah.
And of course, I share my vision as well with many words. So simple.
He's annoying.
That's right. This guy has too much money.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we're going to establish mentally right now.